Hey YouTube, it's SoulPrime13 with another Transformers video review. Today we're going to be looking at the Age of the Primes Voyager sky-byte from, I believe in Japan it was Car Robots, and in the US it was Robots in Disguise 2001. I used to have the original sky-byte toy, so I was definitely excited to get this guy, seeing as how mine did not survive my childhood. There are a couple of complaints I have with this guy, maybe more of nitpicks than real complaints, but overall he is a very solid figure. We'll take a quick look here at the box. There we have him in his cyborg shark mode. There we got him in robot mode, Age of the Primes sky-byte. There we got his mugshot, sky-byte, legal jargon, more of the Prime statues, and here we have our product shots. And yeah, that's about it for the packaging. And we do have our lovely instruction booklet. So there's all that. And here we have the figure himself. These two fins actually come on a sprue, which was kind of surprising, kind of weird. Don't know why, but yeah. It was just on a sprue. Lots of nice paintwork on the mechanical detail. Feels like they gave this guy a lot more paint than they normally would. We do have his like chest orb thing. I think there was like some significance to this in the Japanese show that I do not recall because I have not actually watched it. And then he's got like these big eye looking things here. Some nice detail there on the face. Got red eyes, gold face, some nice silver teeth. Got some nice silver here on his fin mohawk. And of course we do have the bladed fin hand. Some nice gunmetal. Some nice sort of, this is less of a silver, more of like a pearly white I feel here. It probably is still just silver, but either way it feels a little bit brighter. Then we come back here, you can see the shark head. And as far as the fins, we'll just go ahead and take those out of his hands now. They do just pop in to these ports right here on his back. So there's that. You do have some options there. These panels here are also just on pegs, so they do come off. And segueing into articulation, his head is on a ball joint. Yeah, it's only really got some up and down, and it does rotate 360, but yeah, it barely gets any side to side. These can go up and down, they can rotate on their peg. The shoulders can go somewhat up, they can't go all the way up. You can theoretically get the full 360 as long as you watch for collision. You get 90 degrees at both elbows. This fin hand, you do get 360 at the wrist, and you do get hinges at both these up and down fins, and then these do fold off to the side, but that's more for transformation. On this side you do get some wrist rotation at a bit of an interesting part, and it's for transformation, but you can get the wrist in end. It does have like a hinge, so do have a 360 waist, can kick that far forward, can kick not very far back due to all the kibble. The knees do get over 90 degrees. Do be aware that if you aren't careful where you hold it, you will unpeg the shin. Do not get any rotation at the ankle. You do get thigh rotation though. Do get your ankle, and then you can do a little bit with the foot, although it's really more for transformation again. So that's about it for that. He does come with his signature blaster, missile launcher, whatever it is, and you can peg that into his hand. And you can actually store that in the robot mode as he refuses to let go. Come on. Ow. Very tight grip. If you untab these two panels here from the shark head, you can lift it up, and these little grooves right here will go into these tabs right here. You can store that in the mouth, but we're not going to put that there for now because there will be something we need it for later. Maybe we're just going to tab those back in. But yeah, overall a neat figure. Do a couple of quick comparisons. Here he is with Age of Extinction Optimus, and you can see like he's actually kind of a hefty Voyager. Like he really does feel kind of big for a Voyager. Let's see. Oh, hang on, I totally forgot to grab him off the shelf, but he's like right behind me. There he is with the original Cyber Shark toy from Beast Wars. I want to make sure I got that in there. And here he is with Breakdown as a stand-in for his wave mate, Heatwave. But anyway, let's get down to transformation now. So the first thing we're going to do is let's just get these panels up and out of the way. Going to untab these two panels from the back of the shark head, and then we're going to extend that head down. It's on a double hinge here. Then we are going to untab the head. There's sort of a roundish groove here that tabs in to these parts. You can sort of see the tabs here from the side, but you're going to untab that. Then I'm going to just bring this whole, actually I think first we want to untab the arms. Yeah, untab the arms. We want to bring this whole head assembly up. What are you catching on? Oh, bumping the camera here again. Come on. Why are you stuck? Pretty sure. What the heck? What the heck? What the heck? What the heck? Oh, there we go. I was pushing the wrong way. Wow, I'm dumb. Anyway. Oy. So yeah, you want to pull down on this, not push up on it. And that'll bring this whole head assembly down. And with the arms untabbed, they're both on sliders, so you're going to bring the one with the hand out and then down, and then the fin is going to come around and then go up. Then you want to rotate the arm so there's this big gap here. You want to make sure that's facing down. Then with the arm that has the hand, you're can rotate it up and then fold that wrist on that hinge, and then it's going to slide into that slot. And then there's a tab right here, and those will tab together. Then you want to orient the tail, fold up these side pieces, and there you go. And now we're gonna come up here again. We want to make sure that we bring this whole assembly all the way forward. Then we're gonna take these two panels on the pegs, make sure that, because sometimes they sort of slide up on those posts, you want to bring them into the side. And when you close them up, there is a couple of tabs you need to keep an eye on. So there is a tab right here and a slot right here. The tab goes into the side of his chest, and the slot goes over this tab on the shoulder piece. So it's kind of easier to see from the bottom, but yeah, you just kind of want to get under there. And this part can be a little finicky. You want to make sure you do it on both sides. And this is sticking too far up, I think. Close these together. Making sure that everything is lined up, because they do this so that you get some actual articulation in the shark mode. But yeah, it does add some finickiness to getting this all put together. Even going into the slot. There we go. And of course it immediately popped back out. Okay. That's not one to go in. Ow. There we go. Jeez. Anyway, moving on. So now we want to come here to the shins, and you're just going to untab them. You're going to move this down on this double hinge, and you can see that there's two tabs that's going to go into the thigh. That's going to go peg back into the leg again, like so. I'm going to do this on both sides, and then gonna want to, these rounded pegs, like this peg on this round part here that was in the back, is now gonna go into this groove in the thigh here. So get those in there, get that in there. Then you can tab these feet together to form the lower jaw. Just fold those up. Make sure that's tabbed in. These pieces will now rotate around. I probably should have actually done that earlier because it's easier before you move a bunch of stuff around. But yeah, you bring those down, and then they are on sliders that you will push in like so. Push it in. Then you want to bring this whole shark head down like so. Now that the jaw is all lined up, it looks more proper. And there, now you have Sky-byte in his shark mode. And does have a nice shark mode. And again, he feels quite large in the hand. Like, let's bring the breakdown back in. Like, he feels pretty chunky, actually. This time we can actually... Like, he feels quite substantial as a Voyager. He's definitely very long. And you do get some articulation in the shark mode, like I mentioned. You do get side to side at the tail. That's why the arms link up the way they do, so that you can get that tail swishing motion. You can rotate these on their pegs, and you can open the mouth. You can also bend the head forward, though if you go too far you do get a bit of gappage there, but it is interesting that they put that in there. And as I mentioned before, you can do something else with his little gun here, and as you can see, there are 2 slots and 2 tabs, and you can put this in his mouth, which is something I believe he did in the show. So you can have him shooting missiles out of his mouth. And again, if you transform it with it stored up in the upper roof of his mouth, it still fits perfectly fine. You can just close his mouth up, no issue. That's what I usually do, because it looks better with his, I think it looks better when his mouth can close properly. But there is that. And I do want to do at least one other comparison. Yeah, we can do a little preview. Here he is next to Silverbolt. So yeah, decently chunky guy for a Voyager. Anyway, moving on to my final thoughts, so to speak. I do like both modes a lot. I really like the shark mode. That transformation is pretty fiddly around getting these panels all tabbed in, because like there's a lot of parts here in the tail that like they're not super loose, but they don't really lock in until you get all of that tabbed in. So they can flex and shift, and it makes it a bit of a pain to get it all tabbed in. But yeah, still has plenty of nice deep painted detail. Like here, we got plenty of that silver. It does have some red for the eyes on the shark mode as well. Feel like they really upped this guy's paint budget or something. He has quite a bit of painted detail. Anything else I should mention? No, nothing comes to mind. But yeah, overall, I feel like an 8 out of 10 is probably a good place to put it. Maybe a 7.5, because that transformation is really, really fiddly. But overall, the toy does feel very solid. It's very sturdy. Both modes look very good. They did actually work some articulation into the shark mode, which is nice. Because I believe that was an issue that some of the older ones had, is they were like in a static pose and couldn't really move that much. So yeah, I definitely think that this is a very good rendition of the Poet Shark sky-byte. Yeah. So yeah, I think an 8 out of 10 is a solid assessment. And yeah, I think that's about it for now. So yeah, this is Soul Prime 13 saying transform and soul out.